All right, welcome back to the Sports Wrap, joined now by Bryant head coach Jared Grasso. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So we got to talk to you a little bit when you first, kind of made your move here to Rhode Island. But we kind of want to get a sense of the summer. Obviously season opener coming up on Tuesday, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But just how's the summer been? I know there were some renovations, just kind of working with the administration. I'm sure they're so committed to you and what you have planned.
Yeah, I think it's an exciting time. I really enjoyed working with the group this summer and kind of establishing my culture and the things we're trying to do with the program. In addition, like you had said, they put new seating in, chairback seating, new locker rooms that we're moving into. So I think it's an exciting time for Bryant basketball, and I think our guys have really bought in and kind of bought into the culture. So they've been fun to coach. They're working very hard, and we're 48 hours away from throwing the ball up. So I think it's an exciting time of year for everybody.
Okay, so before we get into the game itself, which I know a lot of people here in Rhode Island are looking forward to, I just kind of want to get a sense of your coaching style. I know Iona played a really fast offense, a lot of guard play, a lot of shooting, maybe some positionless bigs. Is that something that we can kind of see transpire into the way you play at Bryant?
Absolutely. I've kind of talked to our guys. We'll put the 5 best basketball players on the floor. So if that's 5 guards, we'll play 5 guards. I want guys who can pass, handle, and shoot, guys who can make threes and space the floor, and we want to play fast. We want to be aggressive defensively. So I think it's an exciting style of play. I don't think our guys realized how hard you have to work every day and the condition you need to be in order to play that style, but they're starting to figure that out, and I think they've embraced it, and I think it's something that we'll continue to get better at. We're still a work in progress, but I think it's something before it's all said and done this year we have a chance to be pretty good. Anything
you hope to do differently? Put your stamp on, as a coach.
I think defensively I'll be a little different than we were in the past at Iona. Do some different things in our pressure, some trapping and some different things. I want to be very aggressive. We want to be the aggressor on both ends of the floor. So for me, it's about coming out with an aggressive style of play on both sides of the floor, and I think our guys again have bought into that. They're enjoying the style, and they've kind of bought into some of the things we're doing defensively. So it's going to get some time. It's going to take some time, and our guys know it's a process. But that being said, we're going out to compete Tuesday night like it's a game we can win, and I think our guys are excited about the challenge.
Okay, so this game on Tuesday, big game at the Ryan Center. You're playing Rhode Island, who had such an amazing year last year. How much do you embrace kind of a challenge like that, your first game as a head coach?
Yeah, I think it's something that's great. It's an in-state game. It's a game that hasn't been played in a long time, and I think for our players, it's something they're excited about. They have a little bit of chip on their shoulder with something to prove, and they should. I've said it before. We were 3-28 last year. We do have something to prove, and our guys don't want to feel like that again. So, of course, we're going into that Rhode Island game like any competitor. We're going in the game to win. Our guys want to compete and think they can win, and if we didn't have that mindset, then we shouldn't be playing this game. That being said, we know it's going to be a process, and it's a 5-month marathon. So we want to get better every day, and it's something where we're just worried about keep improving. We're worried about ourselves more than who we're playing against, but I think it's great for the school and great for the state getting in-state rivalries like that.
I think this game is going to be so great for a lot of reasons. Not only is it yours and Dave's first games, as head coaches of these programs, but is there anything that's a little symbolic for you about it? Just the way Rhode Island has been able, what Dan did there and how he kind of turned that place around, just a mid-major that was able to really become such a national, spectacle in the time that he was there. Is that something that you maybe look at and say, hey, that's kind of what I want to do here?
Absolutely. And Danny's someone I've known for a long time, since he was coaching in high school, and we have a very good relationship. And he was a guy who came from New Jersey, metropolitan area, similar to myself, and came to Rhode Island and put his stamp on something, and kind of built Rhode Island into a mid-major power, back-to-back NCAA tournaments, winning games in NCAA tournaments. So he's somebody I look up to as a coach, someone I've listened to his advice kind of since I've taken the job, both about coaching, about places to live, about my wife and his wife have connected, about doctors and everything. So there's been that connection.
Yeah. Andrea's helped me as well.
You name it. My Andrea and Danny's Andrea have both spent a lot of time talking, and she's been a great help to us. So of course Danny's someone that I've kind of looked up to, and yeah, they're a program that's they put themselves on the map and have had great success, and hopefully that's something we can do here at Bryant.
And of course, you have your guys that you have this year, but looking towards the future, the way that Rhode Island was kind of maybe to overachieve in their recruiting, is that something that you kind of, again, model your ways after and hope to achieve there?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to leave no stone unturned when it comes to recruiting, and I think that's something that I've kind of hung my hat on. I still am recruiting like an assistant coach. It's something I'm doing for hours a day, and to build a program you need really good players, and that's first and foremost. You want to build a winning program, it's about the players you're able to bring in. So I think myself and my staff are going to work really hard to upgrade our talent level and bring in guys who fit our style of play and our culture, and also fit the Bryant culture, guys who are students first, who want to get a great education at an up-and-coming school with a beautiful campus. And I think we have a lot of special things to offer, and I think kids are starting to see that. Kids from the metropolitan area who had never been to Bryant or seen the campus campus, we get kids on campus to visit, and they're blown away by our facilities and by our president and athletic director and the leadership. So I think we have something great to sell, and I think people are starting to figure that out.
Speaking of assistant coaches, a little tie we have between Rhode Island and your program. Chris Cole, your assistant, who you hired, the former high school coach of Jermaine Harris at Rhode Island. How fun has that been, just kind of to have that maybe look inside the program or whatever he can bring to you?
Yeah, I ask Chris every day, what's Jermaine telling you, trying to get a scouting report. And I don't think Jermaine's given up very much, but I think it's, you know, David has known Chris Cole for a long time. He coached Chris coming up, so there's a strong relationship there. And obviously Chris coached Jermaine, so that connection where they're very, very close. So it'll be interesting for Chris on the sideline actually coaching against Jermaine, someone he developed not only as a player but as a person and has seen him grow. So I think it's probably an exciting thing for both of them.
Just thinking about the environment that the Ryan Center presents to you, how can you use that? You know, just your first game, is that just a good test right off the bat? You know, where do we stand as a program? Yeah,
I think it's great going to someone else's arena, and when you can make shots and go on a run, you can quiet the crowd. That's something we've always prided ourselves on at Iona, you know, going on the road and beating some really good teams, and those games where you string together 4 or 5 back-to-back threes and you're able to hush the crowd. I think that's something that we'll be looking to do, but the reality is I've coached a lot of games there and I'm yet to win one, and we're hoping to break that curse. Being at Fordham and Iona, we had some battles with them, so it's a place I'm familiar with and I've coached in before, and obviously it's a great home court, great facility, they get great crowds, so I think it'll be an exciting environment for both teams.
Jared Grasso, first-year head coach of the Bryant Bulldog. You like being head coach? Like, is that fun for you?
Absolutely. It's something I've worked for a long time, so I'm embracing it and trying to work really hard, but also enjoy it. It's a great opportunity.
Thanks so much for being here. Good luck on Tuesday.
Thanks for having me.
We have much more coming up on the Sports Wrap right after this.